Today we will do energy management, and why we all know why it is needed to do this energy management. It is very important, and it is not only important to generate energy, it is also important to manage the energy resources. Okay, it is also important to manage how we, if we are generating this much of energy, how much we can store and how much we can manage. So energy management is also very important, and it is defined as the method of achieving quality product at least energy cost without affecting the environment. And if we talk about the history of the energy management, we started thinking about in the year 1970. Then we got into this in the year 1980, and in the year 1992, a law was passed in USA, and in India, the law was passed in 2001. So energy management is equally important as to generate the energy at less cost. Okay, and when we are generating energy, it is also necessary that we should take care of the environment also, that it should not affect the environment much, and we should have a cleaner environment. Okay, so what is energy management? Energy management is also saving of the energy, and it is also managing the energy. So it is actually defined as the method of achieving the quality product. Means whatever energy we are generating, we should be able to generate as less cost as possible, and we should also not affect the environment much. Okay, so the judicious and the effective use of energy to maximize the profit and increase the competitive positions is known as energy management, and it is also known as the strategy of building up, of adjusting and optimizing the energy and using systems and procedures so as to reduce energy requirement per unit of the output while holding constant or reducing the total cost of producing the output from the system. Now, what does that mean? It means that whatever power we are generating, whatever energy we are generating, we should generate it at less cost as possible. And the thing is, it should not also harm our environment, what we say. And the third thing is, whatever energy, whatever power we are generating, and per unit volume, we should be able to generate it at a constant pace. Okay, so the total we should also be able to reduce the total cost of production, and we should be able to minimize the cost and enhance the competitive positions. So that is known as energy management actually. Now, what are the objectives for this? The objective of energy management is to achieve and maintain optimum energy procurement and utilization throughout the organization, and also to minimize the energy cost, oblique waste, without affecting production and quality. Okay, so we need to produce the energy also, and to minimize the cost of production also, and also not affecting its quality and production. Yeah, so we should also not affect its quality and production, and also minimize the cost of the energy produced, so as much as we can. So that is necessary, and also to minimize the environmental effects. So whatever ways we are using to produce energy, there should be less impact on the environment. Efficiency should be increased, and the carbon emission should be reduced, and climate protection should be there, and we should be able to find the superior energy alternative. So the objective of energy management is to achieve and maintain optimum energy production, and we should also be able to produce it at a low cost, and means less waste, and without affecting its production and quality. Also to minimize its environmental effects, and to increase the value or the production quantity, and to reduce the cost and increase the efficiency. So these are the objectives. Now, what is the necessity of this energy management? The necessity of energy management is like energy cost, which affects the company profitability and competitiveness in the world market. And second is energy supply and demand, balance the nation, the financial balance of the nation, environmental issues, occupational safety and health, and loss prevention and waste disposal, productivity and quality. So these are the necessities of energy management. First one is the cost. See, anyone will produce when we have a profit. If we are not having a profit, nobody is going to do that thing. So if we are having the profit in production of energy, and that is then profitable. And we should be able to, supply, we should be able to cover up the supply as well as the demand to balance the nation and also the financial balance of the nation. We should also take care of these environmental issues so that whatever from the power we are generating, either from thermal, either from radioactive or hydropower we are generating, there should be less of the environmental issues, and we should take care of also these occupational safety and health hazards. Means the people who are working in those power stations, we should also be, caring about them, and we should take care of their safety and health. So, and loss prevention we should be able to manage, and waste disposal also, productivity and quality also. So these are the necessities of energy management. Now, principles of energy management: to control the cost of energy service provided and not the, the unit which we are generating, and manage energy function as a product cost and not as a general expenses. Manage only major energy functions, and we should concentrate on energy management programs on installing contracts and achieving results. Means the major thing which we need to care here of that we should be taking before, installing the thermal power plant or any radioactive power plant. We should see how much cost is being involved in it, what is the production cost, and we able to manage all the functions of it, and can we manage also the energy management program. So taking all these things into consideration, then only we will, means build any of the power plants. So all things need to be considered. What are the key elements of energy management? The step one is the make commitment. Okay, you have to make commitment that this much of the power we will be able to produce. Step two is assess the performance. So whenever a plant is being, built up, the performance has to be, on the daily basis. It goes that this much of the power we will be able to generate. We have to create an action plan. Then if we create an action plan, then also how to implement that action plan. And step 6 is to evaluate the progress on the daily basis. And step 7, in the last, we recognize the achievement. So these are the steps, which have to be seen for, we can also say these are the key elements of energy management. And the first thing is how much is the commitment of our to, how much the, labor we put on. That is, commitment is there. Then we assess the performance. Then we set the goals. We make the action plans that how we have to do. Then we implement those action plans, and then we obviously evaluate the progress which has been done, and then we, in the end, we recognize our achievements. These are the elements of the energy management. Now, step 1, what do we need? We need to, commit to continuous improvement. So organizations, seeing the financial returns from the superior energy management, they continuously strive to improve their energy performances. See, if we are getting good financial returns, we always, work for the superior energy management, and we always strive to, improve their energy performances. Their success is based on regularly assessing the energy performance and implementing steps to increase energy efficiency. And this can only be happen from a dedicated team. Okay, so it is not that we think and that's going to happen. We have to work for it. So when we work for such kind of thing, then only we are able to manage the this energy management. So organization, what they do, they see the financial returns, whatever the cost they have, been put on, and whatever they are getting back. So they manage with the superior energy management continuously, and that strives to their, increase their energy performances, and their success is actually based on regularly assessing these energy performance and implementing as well to increase the energy efficiency. And this can only happen from a dedicated team. If we have a dedicated team of workers, we can obviously, achieve that. So the thing is, what we do for this, we appoint an energy director. Now, what does he does? He sets goals, tracks the progress, he promotes the energy management program. Then number 2 is we make a team. We establish a, we establish an energy team, and that manages all the management activities. That team manages all the management activities. It executes energy management activities across the different parts of the organization, and it ensures integration of best practices. And and institute an energy policy has to be made. And what does that do? It provides the foundation for setting performance goals and integrating the energy management. So these first thing is to appoint an energy director, then to establish an energy team, and then we should have a energy policy. Now, what is step two? Assess the performance. So, assess the performance means we should understand the current and the past energy use. In how many organizations it is identified, they identify the opportunities to improve energy performance and gain financial benefits. Now, assessing the performance is the periodic process of evaluating energy use for all the major facilities and functions in the organization and establishing a baseline for measuring future results of efficiency efforts. Okay, so assess performance is to understand the current and past energy use. What was your use in the last years and what is your current requirement, and how you identify those opportunities to improve your energy performance and gain financial benefits out of it. And assessing the performance is also important, and it should be done on periodic basis. Okay, and what are the major facilities and functions in the organizations that are establishing a baseline for measuring future results of efficiency efforts. So this is our step 2. Key aspects includes in assessment is the data collection and the management. So you should gather and track the data, collect energy use information and document data over time. Baselining and benchmark is important. You have to establish the baselines. Okay, so that is very important to establish baseline, and then you analyze your data. Okay, you determine the starting point from which you have to measure the progress and compare the energy performances of your facilities to to your other competitors, and over time to prioritize which facilities to focus on for improvement. So these things are very necessary. Like data collection and management is very necessary on the periodic basis, and you have to see from the starting point the progress of your energy production, and then you have to compare the energy which you have produced to your other competitors, and from time to time you have to prioritize that on which facilities you have to focus on. Okay, so after doing all these things, you have to analyze and evaluate. What do we mean by analyze? Analyze means understanding your energy usage patterns and trends, and evaluating the operating performance of the facility systems and equipment to determine and to improve our results. So these are some of the key aspects that are included in the assessment, we can say. So these are very much necessary for energy management, and when we analyze, then we move towards a good performance. Now, by assessing our energy performance, it helps us to categorize the current energy used by fuel type or operating division, facility, product line, etc. And if we are going down in generating the energy, then we have to prioritize to do poor performing facilities for immediate improvement. Where the improvement is there, we can look upon that, and understanding the contribution of energy expenditures to operating cost, and we should develop a historical perspective and contest for future actions and decisions, and establish reference point for measuring and rewarding good performance. So assessing energy performance is very important, and we should categorize actually the energy used by which fuel type we are using, operating divisions also, facility